Sorry about that, I had a visitor. Alright, so anyway, sorry to split that up into two videos, but here is where you put it. So you put the number 1, remember the circle 1 means the first finger. So the first finger is going to go on the second string, 1, 2, first fret. Second string, first fret. Alright, then 2, which is your middle finger, is going to go on the third string, 1, 2, 3, on the second fret. Okay, and I don't know if you can see that right close. Okay, and then the third finger, which is the ring finger, is going to be on the did I say third? Second fret. Oh yeah, and then the third. So second finger is going to go on the third string, second fret. So it gets confusing. And then the ring finger is going to go on the first string, second fret. All right, and this is where the twang starts. So you can make sure those fingers are high, and you notice the X's are on 4, 5, and 6. Okay, see how it's kind of having trouble getting out? There it is. Alright. And playing it by itself is one thing, but when you're having to switch from those other 3 chords to that, it gets a little rough there. So if you look down at the rhythm, you just play it 2 measures worth of quarter notes. So basically you do it 8 times. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're basically showing me that you can get that D7 out. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, and that's fine. All right, and so after 31, we go to 33. Okay, yeah. So there's a lot on this page. There's like 3 different exercises. So the first line, it says number 1. You're practicing going from G, then you got to go to D7. Now when you probably won't perfect it, but if you can kind of get there and show me that you're trying to get there, that's fine. And then back to G, back to D7. Play that 4 times and then G. Now notice the other time, going at the first measure, you play G, 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 and you rest. It gives you a chance to set the D7 during the rest. Then you play D7, and then you have a rest going from D7 to G. And then it tells you to play consistently G, and then transition to D7, and then back to G. Okay? So when you actually play it, you go 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. Rest. Back to D7. Right, and that's probably how you'll play it, but that's the idea, just as far as understanding what you're playing on that first line. Going from G to D7 is tough, okay? Alright, so the second line, you go from C, second string, first fret, and then you go to D7, and then back to C, and then you go to D7, and then back to C. So you're just working with D7 with the C chord. Alright, so when you finally work on it and get it down, 1, 2, ready, and D7, back to C, D7. Okay, and after you practice it a while, you'll know that part of the D7, you're using the C, so basically it's just adding that second and third finger and just popping it down. Okay, so looking at the third exercise, which is 2 lines. You go C, 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 and then D7, and then you go to G, so you're adding that third chord, and then here's the fourth chord, G7 for 4 beats, and then the second line you go back to C, and then you go to D7, and then you go G all the way to the end. Okay, so Got to practice that one a little while because you're using all four. But it's in the same way as the other exercises that we've done. So after you practice a little bit, here's kind of how to go. 1, 2, ready, go, and D7. To count as you're going along so you can keep up with how many times you're strumming it, okay? So good luck learning that. You can master this page, so that means you've mastered those 4 chords that we have been working on, okay? So that's page 33. Got 2 more pages for this week, so it's a lot to be done, but I think you can do it. 34, playing along with When the Saints Go Marching In, a little bit better than the exercise we just did on page 33. As you notice, it's 4 lines long. So you play G forever, and notice you got to count along. You're like, how many times do I play that G? Well, a lot, but you kind of have to kind of count along. All right, then you play D7 going from the 2nd line to the 3rd line, and then you switch off to G to G7 to C on that 3rd line. So again, you got to keep up, and then that last line you go from G to D7 to G. Okay, so it's just like the other exercises, but the bottom line is it's keeping up as you count. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Here we go with the change. It's the 3rd line. Okay, then to the G. G7. Okay, then the C. Last line, C, 2, 3. Okay, here we go with G. Okay, G7. And then to G. Rest. And notice I struggled getting to the D7, and you will too, some of you or most of you. Just keep it going, and eventually, you know, even if you miss it on the 1st beat and you get it on the 2nd beat, that's fine. At least you're trying to get there and perfecting it that way, okay? So it's about just understanding how to go from one chord to the next, okay? Page 35, similar to When the Saints Go Marching In, you're just switching off and knowing when to switch off. Now if you notice, like the 1st line there, you go G, 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 and then you switch to D7 for only 2 beats on beat 3 and 4, and then back to G. So basically, as we talk through it, you go G, 1, 2, switch, and then to G. And you go back to D7. Okay, so just keeping up with it and changing. So it's basically just I call it an in-between chord. So you just do it a couple of times, then back to G. Okay. So as you perfect it and work on it, and you're ready to record it, here's what it'll eventually sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. 2. Okay, then to C. D7. G. Rest, and then to C. Rest to the G. Okay, and then the last line, rest down. Okay, and then it gets funky. So the last 2 measures. Yeah. So you go G. Rest. Perhaps I need to practice before we do the video, right? But that's the idea. As long as you're understanding and trying to get there, that's all I care about at this stage, okay? And that completes hashtag 002 this week. Thank you.